This is our prototype star that we're going to build today. You've already seen the night shot, what it looks like when it's lit up. This particular one we painted in blue, and we use white and blue Christmas lights on it. There's a lot of other varieties that you can make. You can paint this dark green, and we'll use multicolored Christmas lights on those. What you'll need to build this, you'll need 5 yardsticks, 7 number 8 screws that are 3/4 inch in length with the associated nuts, and whatever primer and paint you wish to use, and 1/100 string of lights. On this prototype that we assembled, we used a 75 string light, and what happened is we didn't have enough light bulbs to really cover these two areas. So I'm going to recommend that you use a 100 string light bulb to build yours. What we'll do is go ahead and begin putting one of these together. What we'll do is get our 5 yardsticks, and we'll begin drilling the holes in them and countersinking them. We're going to take these 5 yardsticks and set them up. They're kind of flimsy, so what we're going to do is take and put 5 of them together with a clamp. That way we can drill the holes in the end of them. There's a lot of bowing and difference in length in these, but when you're building this star, the important thing is that the end pieces are properly drilled, and you will not really notice any bowing or difference in length once the star is put together. So what we do is go ahead and put these together as best we can, and then we take some of these hand clamps, and you want to put the hand clamp as close to the end as you can to help hold the wood when you're drilling it. These are just real cheap clamps. These are $2 and $3 clamps that I bought at Harbor Freight that we use for different craft work. Now, once you get it set up like this, you'll notice there's a lot of bowing in the middle of these, like we talked about earlier, but it won't matter when you assemble this project. Now what we'll do is go ahead and drill the ends here. When we're drilling these ends, each yardstick's real flimsy, so we've got them clamped together. What we want to do is make this hole somewhere between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch from the end and in the center. We do the same thing on the other end. On this star project, you can pick from several types of screws to use. The one we're going to use are these brass number 8s. They're 3/4 inch in length. These have the beveled heads on them, so if you use these, you're going to have to countersink the yardsticks after you drill them. If you use regular pan head screws, you don't have to do any countersinking. You can skip this next step. We're going to go ahead and start countersinking these yardsticks. What we're going to do is switch from our straight bit to our countersinking bit. You don't want to use this bit when you're drilling 5 of these at a time, because this is a tapered bit for fitting a screw. You want to use one of these straight shank bits. You can leave your bit on to use it as a guide for reaming these, or you can take it off and just use this, but I would recommend you leave this on because it'll help guide it through the hole. And you only have to do one side of these because the head of your screw is only going to be on one side, so you don't have to do the backs of these. Now we're going to take our 5 yardsticks that we have drilled and reamed the recess for the top of the screws, and we're just going to make these hand tight. And this is the order I do it in. Put these two first, then I do the 2 upward pieces, and then we'll do this piece across last. Now what happens is you'll notice that this is really unstable. So what you do is you get this to the point where you like how the arms are distributed on the star. And then what you're going to do is come right here and you're going to drill another hole. Once you drilled your last hole, you put another screw in. And what happens is this first screw gives you a lot of stability. Then what I would do is go ahead and drill another screw opposite on this side. And that gives you a really strong star on which to put your light bulbs. Now once you've gotten to this point, what you'll do after you have located these intermediate screws and given it stability, you'll disassemble this, then we'll prime and paint it. After we prime and paint it, we'll reassemble it and then we'll put the lights on it. Today we're going to try this Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover 2-in-1 primer and paint to see how that works. It may save us a little time on putting these together. What I like to do is do the sides and tops here, and then do the wide portion here last. That gives you good coverage because your overspray will help base coat the larger part of it and you won't miss as many areas. Now that the paint on all our yardsticks have dried, we'll go ahead and assemble the star and get her ready to put the lights on. Now that we have all our screws in place and the nuts, we'll go ahead and tighten up all the nuts. What I like to do is use one of these 4-in-1 screwdrivers to do these craft projects, because you get large and small Phillips and also large and small slot heads, and they do a good job. You only need one tool to put everything together. So we'll go ahead and tighten all these up. And now we've got the star put together and we're ready to string the lights on it. We'll start on that next. On this green star, we're going to use this 100 LED mini light, 33 feet length, to do this star. This is one of the multicolors. I picked this up at Home Depot. They have similar products at Lowe's and other home stores. I like the LEDs because they don't use much electricity, and you can string together several of these stars. But they come in these bundles like this, and you just unwrap them. And what you want to do is have your plug hanging down from the base of your star down here. The other thing I like about these LEDs is they're pretty compact, so it makes it easy to weave them inside the holes in the star. as you go, you want to go ahead and orient these lights. Here we have our completed star. We hope you enjoyed the project and you'll make some for your own holiday enjoyment. Please rate and subscribe and join us on the next video.